The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Dowling comes in with a record of 10-11. The Maroons have lost 6 of the last 10 games and 3 of the last 5, but on a 2-game winning streak with wins over Ankeny Centennial and Des Moines Lincoln this past few days. Dowling will start at point guard Joey Coppola, 5'11 senior. He'll wear number 4. The other guard is Maddox Coppola, his brother, a 6'1 sophomore, averaging 4.5 points. He'll wear number 13. One forward, Ryan Kleppe, 6'3 senior, averaging 9.5 points. He'll wear number 12. And the other forward, Riddick Metten, 6'3 senior, averaging 13.5 points, and he'll wear number 21. The center is Joe Broderick, 6'4 senior, averaging just under 12 points and just under 11 rebounds for the Maroons, as Dowling averages just under 61 points in offense, and they give up 56.4 points on defense. And we'll take a break, and we'll come back for the remaining of the starting lineups after this timeout here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Mercy One is proud to support Iowa Catholic Radio. Mercy One helps you live your best life. Find personalized care for you and your loved ones at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Norwalk Gym as we get set for boys basketball tonight here on most of these Iowa Catholic Radio Network stations. Dowling and Norwalk, Mark Hemedale, Stevie Sarcone. And senior night festivities going on here at Norwalk, so we'll get the rest of the starting lineups. We mentioned the Dowling starters, Joey Coppola, Maddox Coppola at the guards, Ryan Kleppe, Riddick Metten at forwards, and Joe Broderick at center. Dowling coached by head coach Justin Einertson, assisted by John Nagel, Jimmy Nahas, Zach Nicholson, and Kevin O'Hare. And now for the Norwalk Warriors, the home team on the scoreboard. They come in with a record of 16-4. They've been ranked as high as 10th this year in Class 4A. Their head coach is Aaron Peltzer in his third year as head coach, 48 wins, 19 losses. He's assisted by Eric Fisher and Colin Kramer. JV coach is Will Strong. And the Warriors will start a lineup, basically a 4-guard lineup with a post player. Reddick Bourne, the All-State guard, headed to UNI, a 6'3 senior. He'll start at point guard wearing number 0, averaging 22.5 points and 5 rebounds. He'll be a test for the Dowling defense tonight. The other guard is Cameron Thomas, 6'1 junior, averaging just under 8 points. He'll wear number 1. The third guard is Tim Korselman, 6'3 junior, averaging 7.5 points, wearing number 5. And the fourth guard is Brady Sechrist, a 6'4 junior, averaging 6 points and just under 4 rebounds. And at center, Aiden Harder, a 6'3 senior, averaging 9.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and has 30 made threes on the year. He'll wear number 32. So it'll be Bourne, Thomas, Korselman, Sechrist, and Harder for the Warriors. And Stevie Sarcone, this is the Norwalk team that got all the way to the state tournament last year, got beat in the first round by West Des Moines Valley, and they have 3 of their starters back, Reddick Bourne, Cameron Thomas, and Aiden Harder.
Yeah, I mean, They're a good team, 16-4. They've lost some close games against some CIML teams. A couple close losses like to Ankeny, lost by 10 to Valley. So they're a good team, and it's going to be a good challenge for the Maroons tonight. This could be an important game for the Maroons, coming in on a 2-game win streak. You get this win tonight, on a 3-game win streak heading into postseason play. Your confidence is going to be, high. So it's a good opportunity for the Maroons.
Certainly is. I mentioned Dowling's record 10-11. Maroons have won 2 in a row after losing 3 of their last 5. Norwalk, they won 5 of their last 6 games, and since Christmas break, they've won 9 of 11, and one of their losses was earlier this week to Ankeny. Up at Ankeny.
Lost by 2.
Lost a 2-point game. And Reddick Bourne went off in that game. I think he had 39 points. And he's kind of like a legendary player here. Both Bournes.
Yep.
One, his brother Bowen playing for UNI. And he's going to be something for Dowling's defense. Keep an eye on tonight, Stevie.
Yeah, I think, good players like that, they're going to get their shots. It's just, how hard can you make them work for those shots? Defensively. So.
Yeah. And Dowling wins the tip. As the Maroons go left to right in front of us as we are up there in the track behind the scorer's bench at the brand new Norwalk gym. And here's Riddick Metten for 3. It's up, rolls around the rim, no good. And a rebound out to Bourne and Norwalk. Bourne dribbles baseline, cut off, and who has the first assignment on him tonight, Maddox Capola. Keep an eye on that. Dowling stays man-to-man. Working inside the Bourne, right block, posting up Capola. No help defense yet. He kicks it out. Top of the key to Sechrist. Grady. Pull-up jumper inside the free throw line. Good. Grady, Sechrist, the first 2 points, and it's Norwalk leading 2-0.
I think it's really important for the Maroons to get going right away offensively tonight.
Dowling with the ball. Norwalk stays man-to-man. Long 3 up, and no good by Broderick from the top of the key, and the rebound to Reddick Bourne. 2-0 Norwalk. Bourne underneath and shot up. Rolls off the rim, no good. And rebound Broderick. Maroons catch a break there as he got all the way to the hole, all the way to the basket, and just couldn't put it in. Now here's Metten with the travel on the play. Tonight's officials, Dax Wiedemeyer, Jared Kramer, and Jason Alons here at the Norwalk gym. It's the Warriors leading 2-0 with 6.5 to go. First quarter, Stevie Sarcone.
Yeah, I think the first, saw the first couple sessions for Norwalk. They had an emphasis to get into the paint. I think we need to do the same down here offensively.
It'll be interesting to see if the Maroons decide to help on Bourne when necessary. Here's a shot up and no good by Aiden Harder from the right elbow. Rebound Dowling. The Maroons push the ball down court. Here's Metten. Riddick backs in against Korselman. Now kicks it out. Long 3 by Kleppe off the back iron. No good. Rebound Norwalk and Grady Sechrist. The Maroons 0 for 3 from the field to start things off.
3 3-point shots to start the game.
And now Harder a pass underneath and a layup good by Cameron Thomas. So all of a sudden 4-0 Norwalk to start the contest off here. Dowling the other way. Now we got a whistle and a blocking foul called on the Warriors. Is this on Bourne? We'll see. It is. So Reddick Bourne picks up his first foul. Reddick, whose dad Mike played at West Des Moines Valley and at Iowa State, and his brother right now, Bowen, playing for Northern Iowa, and they're in the top 4 in the Missouri Valley Conference. Now here's Maddox to pull underneath. Had a great dribble drive, but lost the basketball there, Stevie. And the Warriors come away with it. They work the ball right side. Here's Harder out beyond the 3-point line. He's kind of their post player. Now pull-up jumper right wing, left it short, and rebound Dowling and Broderick.
Good contest there.
There's Joey Capole in the front court to his brother Maddox. Now left side. 3-point line extended to Kleppe. Dowling working off the ball, trying to set up something on the right side. Now they do. Here's Joey Capola with it, guarded by Bourne. 14 on the shot clock. Under 5 minutes to play first quarter. 4-0 Warriors. Here's Broderick. Dribble drives the right elbow. Now backs in on the left. Right block. Layup good. Right off the glass. Joe Broderick gets Dowling off the snide, and it's 4-2 Warriors.
Good to see get him going early. Get the ball inside him. I think he's got a little bit of advantage inside.
Joe did a nice job working with the angle on that right block.
He saw the help defense come and dribbled back to away from it. Used the corner of the glass to knock that ball in.
Now underneath is Thomas, gets it to Bourne. His shot up and no good. Rebound Dowling and Maddox Capola. The other way we go with Joey Capola in the front court. Left wing now dribbles top of the circle between the circles. Warriors stay man-to-man. 4-2 Norwalk. Dowling with the ball right wing. Here's Kleppe. 15 on the shot clock. They work the right side. Here's Broderick. Dribble drives in the lane. Now loses the basketball on a jump ball.
Warriors did a good job there suffocating Joe as he drove to the middle of the paint.
It'll be alternate possession in favor of Norwalk, and now substitutions in for Dowling. We'll see Dante Cataldo in for the first time. Maroons with a 6-foot senior is Cataldo. And also in there, Nick Frericks, number 3, 6'7" senior. Did you coach both those guys?
I did. I got my first year coaching sophomores. I was assistant with Coach Nicholson, so they were my first group.
Now they work underneath. Nice pass underneath to Reddick Bourne. Layup good. He isolated himself underneath, and it's 6-2 Norwalk. Dowling pushed the ball down court. And now Capola skip pass in the corner to Frericks, who overthrew him. I wouldn't be concerned too much about the Frericks, but it's that Cataldo dad you got to watch. and I hope he didn't give you too many problems that sophomore year of Dante. 6-2 Norwalk, and the Warriors in the front court off the Dowling turnover. They go right to left. Norwalk wearing their home white uniforms, purple numbers. Dowling in their maroon road uniforms with black numbers. And now Reddick Bourne isolated again, shoots and scores. He's got 4 points, and it's 8-2 Norwalk here in the first quarter with 3:10 to go. And now whistle a foul on the Warriors. Dowling is not fouled yet, and the Warriors have picked up 2 fouls. This one will be on Aiden Harder, their starting center. It'll be his first. Substitutions. Grady Sechrist will return to the lineup. He replaces Tim Corselman, who will sit down. And Mason Johnson in the lineup now off the bench, a 6-foot junior. Now a long 3 for Capola, up and good. And last time, a year ago, Joey was 0 for the night. He did not hit a field goal, but he hits a 3 there.
When he gets going, shooting from the outside, they're tough to beat. So it's nice to see him knock one down early in this game.
8-5, Norwalk with the lead. Largest lead has been 6 points here in the first quarter for the Warriors. Here's Bourne, long 3, left it short. And a rebound out to Joey Capola. Mark Emmerdale, Stevie Sarcone tonight. Norwalk High School. Brand new gym built in addition to the high school, and it's a beauty and spacious. And quite a nice little crowd here for a Thursday night. Final regular season game. Here's Metten for 3, right corner, no good. And the rebound, Harder and Norwalk. These are fighting the cold shooting here in the first quarter, just like I'm fighting the cold. Bourne with it. Underneath, they go right side. On the right block, here's Thomas. They kick it back out top of the key to Sechrist. Now left wing to Mason Johnson. They switch it over to Sechrist. He gets in the lane. Dribble handoff to Bourne. 10 on the shot clock. Warriors call it a set play. Ball screen for Bourne here by Thomas. They go over to the corner. Here's Harder for 3. It's good. Well executed by Norwalk. 3-pointer by Harder. It's 11-5 Warriors. Dowling with the ball left to right in front of us. Here's Frericks over to Metten. Reddick for 3. It's off the back iron. No good. Lid on the basket. Rebound Sechrist. Warriors running. Here's Thomas underneath. Cut off by Frericks. Up top to Sechrist. Dowling in man-to-man defense, and the Warriors now will set their offense with 20 on the shot clock. Here's Mason Johnson with it. Now they get it to Bourne. Top of the key. Guarded by Cataldo. Riddick underneath. Pull-up jumper up and good. He is feeling it here in the first half. He's got 6 of the Warriors, 13 points. The lead is now 8 for Norwalk, 13-5. Here's Broderick with it, top of the key. Norwalk stays man-to-man. Here's Capola. Long 3 up, good. Right over Reddick Bourne. Maroons needed that.
It's almost like a Caitlin Clark logo 3 there.
Well, Caitlin's a little bit deeper.
A little deeper, but
you've seen that.
That was a big shot. Big shot there.
13-8 is our score. Norwalk by 5. And 20 seconds on the shot clock, 30 on the game clock here in the final seconds of the first quarter. Mark Emmerdale and Stevie Sarcone here on Iowa Catholic Radio tonight. And here's Bourne for 3. It's no good, but he was fouled on the attempt, and he'll get 3 free throws, I believe. Fouls on Dowling, and that'll be on Joe Broderick his first. They're going to give him 2 free throws, foot on the line.
Yeah, you know, not a big fan of the gamble there. I know you're trying to make a play, but against a good player like that, you know, if he's going to catch the ball near half court, I would live with that. So instead, you're giving him, you know, free free throws here.
First free throw up and good. Bourne with 9 points. Nice game on Iowa Catholic Radio. Brought to you in part by Bose and the Florist, Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, and Klein Electric. And I want to thank the folks back at Iowa Catholic Radio, as the second free throw by Bourne is no good. And the rebound, Dowling. Shot clock turned off with 15 seconds. Our thanks to our studio producer, Brady Grimm, and Mary back there. Now a long three by the Maroons, no good by Lucas Paoli. And the horn goes off, and we've come to the end of the first quarter with the score. Norwalk 14, Dowling Catholic 8. Alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Hemedale will take a 1-minute break and return to the Norwalk Gym. Boys basketball here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And welcome back to the Norwalk Gym alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Hemedale. Into the first quarter here in this boys Class 4A non-conference game. Dowling trailing 14-8 to Norwalk Warriors. Dowling will have the ball first to start the second quarter. Stevie, what did you see out of that first quarter? What needs to change?
I felt like there was a lid on the basket. You know, we got some good looks. Just wouldn't fall. I'd like to see us get to the paint more, as Joe Stopulos does right there.
As you wish.
No. Outside of Joe Broderick's layup in that first quarter, I don't think we got very many good looks inside. So I think the more you can play inside out, you're going to get better. You're only going to get layup chances inside, but you'll get better outside shots.
Well, a foul on Norwalk, and free throws coming for Joey Coppola. And for Joey, he struggled at the line this year, just a 50% free throw shooter. Misses the first one. He has 6 points in the contest to lead Dowling in scoring. Second free throw good. 7 points now for Joey Coppola. And our score is 14-9. Norwalk with a 5-point lead and the basketball. Warriors with Grady Sechrist at the top of the key. Now they get it to Thomas. They lob inside to Reddick Bourne. And Dante Cataldo has the assignment on him. Turnaround jumper good. Left wing, 15 for Reddick Bourne.
It's great defense by Dante. It's just a tougher shot. It's a good player right there. So just got to keep making him work for those tough shots.
And Warriors with a 16-9 lead here in the second quarter. Dowling with the basketball left to right in front of us. Here's Kleppe trying to get loose to the free throw line. Now goes down the lane, jump stop, put up a shot off the glass, no good. Offensive rebound, Broderick. Now to Cataldo for three, it's no good. And we got a loose ball foul on Norwalk. Crashing in there, I think it was Paoli, and kept it alive in the foul on Norwalk.
Great crash there by Lucas Paoli. I think if he doesn't get fouled there, he's probably got a layup. So good hustle there, rewards the Maroons with an extra possession here.
That foul was on Korselman. Harder now with 2 fouls. He picked up the earlier foul, so Dowling will inbound the ball. Brand new shot clock. Long three. Bank shot good. The bank's open in Norwalk from Joey Coppola. Wow.
I guess when you're feeling it early, anything's going to go in. So
Coppola with 10 points, 16-12. Norwalk by 4. Now follow-away jumper by Bourne. Might have been partially blocked or he lost his grip. airballed it, and Dowling with the rebound. Here's Cataldo for three off the back iron, no good. It's tipped out of bounds off Broderick. And that was a concern for Norwalk head coach when they visited with him earlier. And that being Aaron Peltzer, mentioning that it's tougher to get buckets now. They're a much shorter team they were in the past, and he has a concern with that. We saw a little bit of that as Broderick almost had an offensive rebound. We'll see if that transpires here. The Warriors now in the front court, leading by 4. With it is Mason Johnson, who's back in there for the Warriors. Left wing to Sechrist. He dribbles in, shot off the glass, good, over Kleppe. Grady Sechrist with his 4th point. 18-12. Dowling the other way, layup off the glass, good. Cataldo running the floor.
Great push there by the Maroons, getting the ball in, bounce quick, running the floor, getting an easy layup in transition before Norwalk can even get their defense set.
So somebody other than Joey Coppola. So Cataldo with 2 points, and I think Broderick had 2 points back in the first quarter. Coppola with 10 points here in the first half to lead Dowling, 18-14. Warriors, 3:30 left to go. Second quarter, fall-away jumper, no good by Sechrist, and the rebound out to Dowling. Runs in transition. They get it to Kleppe. He and Broderick on the left side. Long three, good. Ryan Kleppe with his first 3 points tonight. It's 18-17. The Warrior lead 1.
That lid that was on the basket in that first quarter. It looks like it's coming off. So it's a good battle back here early in this second quarter by the Maroons. Got this lead to 1.
The Warriors have been in some wars this year. We know that as they've had a tough loss earlier this week to Ankeny, a 2-point loss on Monday night, and now underneath a shot up and no good by Thomas of Norwalk. Rebound Dowling. Paoli in the front court. Now to Broderick. Dribbles by himself on the left side. They isolate him. We got an offensive foul on Joe. We got that forearm out. That caught Cameron Thomas, and Broderick with his second foul. This stops the clock with 4:45 to go in the half as the Maroons will do a line change. Broderick, Paoli, and Cataldo check out. Metten back in.
Looks like the Maroons are using the
Jack Jepson back in.
Two-man operation of Maddox Pola and Dante Cataldo on Reddick board tonight. So we'll be interested to see how those two do, against a good guard like him.
Andy Jepson in. He's guarding Cameron Thomas right now. And Maddox Capola, as you mentioned, guarding Bourne. Pull-up jumper, no good. Left elbow. Fight for the rebound. Ball on the floor. Dowling comes away with it. Timeout Maroons.
Great hustle there. Great contest. Maddox forced a tough shot there, and got on the floor there and got the possession. Got the timeout in possession.
We'll take a 1-minute break with 58 seconds. That's not right. With 4:18 to go here in the second quarter, it's Norwalk 18, Dowling 17 here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And we're back here at the Norwalk Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Stevie Sarcone. It's a 1-point game, and now Dowling takes its first lead as they get Maddox Capola loose underneath, and he shoots and scores his first basket. Dowling 19, Norwalk 18.
Great
Stevie.
drive there by Maddox. Good shot fake, get the defender up in there, and easy layup.
So the Maroons come out of that timeout, and boy, they are going to their bench early tonight. Try to set the Dowling lineup as we see Jack Jepson in there helping out in the post. Right now, he's guarding Thomas with the basketball. They kick it back out. This is Corselman with it. Now to Secret, 7 on the shot clock, and now Bourne has it, guarded by Coppola. Bourne down the right side, his shot too strong off the glass. Rebound Dowling, and Riddick met it. And we got a loose ball foul on Riddick Bourne. That'll be his second.
No, Mark, I think they called that on
Jepson
going up on the shot there.
You're right. There's 2 zeros in the
can't hear the whistle in here, so.
So free throws coming for Riddick Bourne. So I'll take that foul off of Riddick and give it to Jack Jepson, his first foul. Yeah, Jack gets some playing time. Not only started senior night on Tuesday for the other half of senior night, but gets to play here tonight. Bourne's first free throw good.
He's doing a really good job so far. Good energy, playing tough inside. It's nice to see him getting rewarded.
Riddick's first free throw good, second one also good. He has 11 points to lead Norwalk. 20-19, the lead changes. Norwalk with the 1-point lead over Dowling. 3:15 to go, second quarter. And here's Kleppe with it on the right side, dribbles in the lane, goes up against Sechrist, and a whistle and a foul on Sechrist. They're going to count the basket, says Jason Alon's. Foul on Sechrist, that'll be his first. And how about Kleppe isolated underneath?
Good patience there, got to the middle, used those pivot foots, shot fake inside, got his defender up in there, and one opportunity here.
So Ryan Kleppe to the line for an and one. And now they're going to wave it off. We got a lane violation on Dowling. So it's 20-19, the score remains. Let's check that, 21-20, Dowling with the lead, so we don't give Kleppe the free throw. Warriors with the basketball in the front court. Here's Grady Sechrist with it. His pass stolen away by Kleppe. Ryan all the way down, layup up, and left it short. Offensive rebound, Broderick. His putback is short. Madden with the rebound. The head fake and a shot off the glass too strong. And Riddick with the rebound. Maroons had 3 chances there and couldn't convert. Now, Norwalk the other way and a layup good. Thomas, the pass from Riddick Bourne, and Cam Thomas scores. He's got 4 points.
Great steal there by Kleppe, and had multiple opportunities to convert there and just couldn't. And
there's Kleppe for 3, and it's good. He's feeling it right in front of us. Ryan Kleppe with 7 points. And it's 24-22. Dowling with his largest lead of 2 here in the first half with 2:15 to go in this boys contest. Final regular season game for both teams. Now Bourne for 3, top of the key. It's no good. Rebound Broderick.
Good closeout by Maddox Coppola there.
Runs with an advantage.
Tough shot.
Kleppe for 3. It's no good. And rebound Sechrist and Norwalk. Outlet pass to Thomas, and now the Warriors across the timeline with 1:45 to go. Dowling by 2. Now underneath, a shot off the glass by Sechrist, no good. Rebound Broderick. Joey Coppola in. His 3-pointer in transition off the back iron, no good. And a rebound, Norwalk. Both teams, all of a sudden, the lid's on the basket.
Lid's on the basket. The pace is picking up a little bit. Getting out in transition, some quick shots by both teams. Norwalk slowing it down here a little bit.
Next dead ball, Dowling going to their bench. Dante Cataldo and Nick Frericks. Quarterback and free safety going to check in. And they both lead the team, I think, in defense in a lot of ways. Now Bourne underneath, layup off the glass, good. He went right around Maddox Coppola. So Bourne with 13 points to lead Norwalk. We're tied at 24. 55 seconds remaining here in the first half. Here's Metten with it, right wing. Now backs in, right block. And they're going to call a foul underneath on Norwalk. And they're going to whistle it on Tim Korselman. So Korselman's second foul. And team foul number 4 on Norwalk. Dowling has 2. This will be a non-shooting foul. The next foul, Dowling will be in the 2-shot bonus. Moons inbound the ball to Cataldo. So it's Joey Coppola, Dante Cataldo, Maddox Coppola, Nick Frericks. And now down the lane, a shot off the glass, no good. Put back up by Frericks, was blocked. And the rebound of Norwalk.
Great hustle by Frericks there. I thought he might have got hit a little bit as he went up for that shot, but no call there.
And Dowling going with the 4-guard and Broderick at center. So a 4-guard lineup here for the Maroons and more of a defensive lineup. Especially when I see Frericks and Cataldo in, I know they're meaning business on defense. All right, shot clock and game clock about 1 second differential. Here's Bourne coming off a ball screen by Korselman and a whistle and a foul. Dowling has some fouls to give, and that's probably not a bad one there. Maddox Capola picks up the foul. That's his first.
Maroon's got one more foul to give here. There are 3 team fouls.
4 seconds remaining. Although you don't want to foul when Bourne's shooting the 3. That's probably, you don't want to do that. And they're looking towards him. They can't get it to him. They get it to Harder, and they foul him right away. That foul's on Frericks. And Nick will pick up his first. That's team foul number 4 on Dowling. So both teams with 4 fouls each. New high school rule, the 5th foul is a 2-shot. Now they get it to Bourne. 3-pointer at the top of the key is good at the horn. So Norwalk takes the lead at halftime as Bourne picks up his first 3 of the night. 27-24 Norwalk with the lead, and well-executed play that time by the Warriors, Stevie. You got to give
give him a lot of credit there. I mean,
well defended.
Great contest there. That's a really good player making a really tough shot, and he's got it going early tonight. So I don't think the Maroons are doing. They're doing a pretty good job defending him, making him take tough shots. But he's answered the bell so far.
Well, Norwalk comes in with the record of 16-4. Dowling's record is 10-11. Norwalk jumped out to a 14-8 first quarter lead. Dowling comes back, outscores Norwalk 16-13 in the second quarter, and we're at halftime. Norwalk 27, Dowling 24. Class 4A boys basketball tonight from Norwalk, Iowa, alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Hamadale. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back with scoring, and we're going to talk sophomore basketball, the season, and some players that I may be calling names next year, Lord willing. We'll talk to Stevie Sarcone about that here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
On this Faith Check, we're talking about tradition. For many Christians, tradition can be a sort of dirty word. This is probably because of Jesus' harsh words for the traditions of the Pharisees, who added unnecessary rituals and ignored the weightier matters of God's law. But some traditions can be good and helpful in our spiritual journey. Things like putting up a nativity scene, praying the rosary, or fasting. These are traditions with a small t. They aren't doctrines, but they're customs we do as Catholics to help us draw closer to God. Catholics also speak of sacred tradition with a capital T. This is the very message of Christ that has been faithfully handed down to us from the apostles. For example, in 2 Thessalonians 2:15, St. Paul says to stand firm and hold to the traditions you were taught by us, either by word of mouth or by letter. Here, Scripture itself is teaching that the Word of God can come to us both through written Scripture and oral tradition. Either way, we are to receive it equally as God's Word. For a synopsis of sacred tradition today, pick up your copy of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
And welcome back to the Norwalk Gym alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Hamadale. We are at halftime, and Norwalk leads Dowling 27-24 in this Class 4A non-conference matchup. And let's take a look at the first half scoring in the contest. First of all, for Dowling, the visitors on the scoreboard, they were led by Joey Capola's 10 points, Ryan Kleppe 8 points. And then next up for the Maroons, 2 points each for Dante Cataldo and Maddox Capola. Riddick Metten did not score in the first half for the Maroons, another Dowling starter, as the Maroons went 1 of 2 from the free throw line. For Norwalk, they were led in scoring by Reddick Bourne with 16 points, including a three-pointer at the buzzer that gives the Warriors a 3-point lead here at halftime. So Bourne with 16 points, followed by Cam Thomas with 4 points, Grady Sechrist with 4 points, and Aiden Harder with 3 points. Tim Korselman, another starter, did not score for the Warriors. Dowling trailed 14-8 at the end of the first quarter and outscored Norwalk 16-13 in the second quarter. And the Maroons lead it here at halftime by the score of, or rather, Norwalk leads here at halftime 27-24 over Dowling. And joined now by Stevie Sarcone. Coach, put the coaching hat on. You coach the Dowling sophomores, and you and my nephew by marriage, Chad Dreckman, did a pretty nice job with him. You went 17-4, including a win tonight at 59-42. The cough drops are taking effect. I can feel it. But talk about this group of sophomores and some of these kids that'll be pushing varsity time next year, Stevie.
Yeah, it was a really fun group to coach. Knew going into the season there was a lot of talent there. One of them's one of the sophomores that's starting varsity is Maddox Pola. And we had a couple other guys, that would practice some days with the varsity as well. So really talented group. 6 a.m. practices each week are not fun all the time, but this group really showed up. They worked hard. They got better. And I think the best part about it is they like playing together. They have fun when they're out there. There's good chemistry, and there's a lot of guys that can shoot. There's a lot of guys that can get to the rim. So it was a really fun group to coach. And I'm excited to see over the next couple years, what they do.
Well, it is, and it is a process. You mentioned 2 sophomores up on varsity, Maddox Capola, who's went from a top sub to a starter right now with his brother Joey, and Luke, who's the other sophomore that's up? Noah Martins has been up. Noah, a 5'9" sophomore, but other than those 2, the rest have been down with you, and you usually have 15, 16 sophomores, and it's a process at Dowling. You start freshman year with 24 on the A and B teams and freshman basketball with Coach O'Hare. And then you move up to sophomores, and now that's whittled down to the top 15 or 16. And then next year, between sophomores, juniors, and seniors can be whittled down again. So these guys know what to compete. Are they going to compete over the summer, whether they're out for other sports or not, and be part and being part of the Dowling varsity program next year? That's kind of the trick to see how they do and how hard they work.
Yeah, and we talked after the game, kind of what's to come next. I know some of them will be out for track, which is good, but for those other guys, what can they do to make themselves better? Whether they're preparing for another sport, whether they're just playing basketball, what they do from here until the season starts next year is really going to determine, how much playing time they'll get. So, and that's not only, in the gym playing basketball, that's, in the weight room, speed, agility, other workouts too. So
sure. We're visiting with Stevie Sarcone, the Dowling boys sophomore basketball coach. He and Chad Dreckman led a group of sophomores to a 17-4 season with the win tonight over Norwalk, 59-42 in our preliminary game. And, you look at these kids and, can you name names? It's like, okay, who was your top 5? Who was your top 7? Who are the others that have to work hard? I'm going to put that on you, Coach, because I think people want to know, who's coming through.
Yeah, I mean, we got a transfer from Johnson about that semester, Nate Jenkins. I don't believe he's on the roster here. He was another one of those guys, along with Noah Martins, who were practicing with the varsity. I didn't really get them to practice much. We had pretty much the same starting 5 for most of the season, and that was Noah Martins, Leo Pagano, Giovanni Keelis, Nate Jenkins, and Charlie Crane. So really good 5 players. And then, we had a lot of guys on the bench that could also play 2 starters too. So that was probably the challenging thing about it is, some guys finding playing time for some guys that, probably deserve more playing time, but there's a lot of talent in this group, and at times it was hard to manage that. So, but the thing I liked about this group the most is they never complained. I never got complaints about playing time. It just kept working hard, and they were rewarded for that.
I had a chance to watch some of the games as I do setup while you are either playing in the small gym or the big gym when you're home at Dowling. And the group gets after it. They're really competitive. And you know what? They support each other, whether it's the starters you mentioned or the kids off the bench. They're all supporting each other.
Yeah, and I think it goes back to our practices. There's a lot of competition in our practices. They compete hard, and it translates to games. And they like each other, which is the biggest thing. You know, if you want to have a great team, you got to have guys that get along. And just being around these guys, you know, whether that's in practice, outside of practice, team dinners, you can tell that they all get along. They like each other. You know, they're all friends, and it shows on the basketball court with the chemistry they got.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs, Blessman International, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Amadale. We'll take a 1-minute break, come back with the start of the second half. Norwalk 27, Dowling 24 here in this boys game. Halftime here at Norwalk, back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
I'm Father Thomas Loya, and this week on Light of the East on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, behold, the church is covered as with a heavenly garment by the icons of our Lord and all the saints, thus preserving the true faith. May those who do not believe this be covered with shame, for we glory in the image of the incarnate Word. Light of the East, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
And welcome back to the Norwalk gym. Norwalk with the basketball first. A steal by Dowling and a layup by Maddox Capola. Cuts it to a 1-point lead for Norwalk. It's 27-26. Capola with the basket. A nice defense that time. Stevie Sarcone by the Maroons.
Yeah, great trap there. Clumpy gets on the floor with the steal. Nice easy pass to Joey. Pass ahead to Maddox. Easy layup.
Yes, certainly was. So Maddox with the basket. Now the Maroons score again. As they work it inside, and now the Maroons... or rather Norwalk shoots and scores as 29-26, as Dowling now trails by 3. Now let's try to set up the first half. Norwalk led by as many as 8. Dowling's led by as many as 2. Now here is Capola with it. This is Joey. Leaves it for 3. Top of the key, good by Riddick Metten. And that is his first 3 of the night.
Great drive there by Joey Capola. Finds a wide open Metten, and it's nice to see him knock down an early shot here. Hopefully that gets him going, in the second half.
Metten really has been a second half player on both ends. First half he kind of struggles. The second half he starts feeling it.
It feels like he just kind of gets settled into the game, starts to find a rhythm, and lets the game come to him.
All right, that last basket was by Harder. Now Dowling the other way.
Great cut there by Kleppy. Great finish. Maroons take the lead.
So Kleppy with another basket. He's got 10 points to be a double figures. So he and Capola are tied in scoring with 10, and now a long 3 up and good by Grady Sechrist. That's his 7th point. And every time Dowling makes a move, here comes Norwalk, 32-31 Warriors as we trade leads again. Warriors by 1. We got a whistle and a foul away from the ball and they're going to call it on Corselman. That'll be his 3rd for Norwalk. Just under 6 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. And now here's Kleppy with a shot. It's blocked by Sechrist. Now Norwalk the other way. And a shot blocked by Capola, saved by Harder. Here's Bourne down the lane. His shot up and no good due to the foul. Reddick Bourne back to the basket.
Reddick he had a wide open shot there for 3, but decided to take it to the hoop. Draw the foul, and 2 free throws coming.
Fouls on Maddox Capola, his 2nd. Bourne's free throw, no good. Reddick with 16 points tonight, and he's 4 for 5 We checked that 3 out of 5 at the free throw line. This is the first, second one coming. Norwalk by 1, 32-31. Second free throw good. 17 points now for Bourne. Last year, Norwalk defeated Dowling 46-34 as the game struggled to get in the 40s. Now a long 3 by Metten is good, and he is lighting it up. That's his second 3 of the night.
Sometimes all it takes is see one shot go in to get the rhythm going.
34-33, we change leads again. Dowling by 1, 5:20 to go. Third quarter. Now the ball slapped away by Broderick as Cam Thomas had the ball taken away from him. It'll be Norwalk basketball.
I think those lids are off the basket now. Both teams knocking down some early shots here in the third quarter.
Well, for now. Now a steal by Capola, took it away from Bourne. Joey all the way down, layup is good. How about that?
Great help on, they didn't even let Norwalk get into their set underneath out of bounds. Joey just rips it right away and goes coast to coast.
Joey Capola with 12 points, leading Dowling in scoring tonight. Ryan Kleppe with 10. And now, the other way we go. Harder with the basket. It's 36 all. So we change leads again. Here's Maddox Capola, right side, right block against man-to-man. Kicks it out to Metten, fakes the 3. In the lane, now kicks it back to Capola for 3. It's no good. Rebound, Broderick, his shot up and good, and the basket will count. The foul on Norwalk. How about what a flurry there.
Great effort by Broderick there on the offensive glass. He's getting rewarded for a free throw opportunity to extend this lead to 3 for the Maroons. It seems like every time they take the lead, though, Norwalk answers right back. So see if the Maroons can get some stops here defensively.
And free throw good by Broderick. So Joe with 5 points as he completes the three-point play. 39-36. Dowling's lead is 3, their largest of the night over Norwalk. 4.5 to go, third quarter. From the Norwalk gym. Glad you could join us tonight on Iowa Catholic Radio. Here's Mason Johnson in the lineup for the Warriors. Dribbles, gets it to Bourne, dribbles baseline, going against Maddox Capola. Fall-away jumper good. Reddick Bourne.
Great defense by Maddox. It's just a tougher shot there. I mean, Maddox had great position that entire sequence, and Reddick just hit a tough shot.
Bourne for 20 points, and Dowling by 1. And now here's Kleppe underneath, layup good.
Great ball movement. Joey gets the double team, finds Reddick, who swings the extra pass to Kleppe, who doesn't settle for that outside shot, takes it right to the hoop for an easy layup.
Dowling by 3, and now reach-in foul on Kleppe as Bourne wanted to drive right side. And Ryan, that's his first. So it'll be Norwalk basketball with 3:40 to go here in the third quarter. As we're seeing the highlight film for both teams. Now steal by Dowling. Here's Broderick leading the charge out to Capola. That's Maddox with it to his brother Joey. Joey down the lane, pull-up jumper good. Joey Capola with 14 points, timeout Norwalk. Coach Aaron Peltzer wants a full timeout. We'll take it with them with 3:21 to go here in the third quarter. Dowling 43, Norwalk 38. Here at the Norwalk gym, back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio is supported by our listeners and business underwriters as we connect listeners to Christ while bridging the gap between the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both. If you own a business that you'd like to use to help further this mission, email Deacon Mark at iowacatholicradio.com. And we encourage you to thank the many businesses who choose to underwrite programming on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Your presence is vital as we participate in the church and the marketplace, seeking God in both.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. We all want to live our best life. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care when and where you need it. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
And welcome back to the Norwalk Gym, Mark Amadale, Stevie Sarcone, 3:20 to go. Third quarter, Dowling's lead is now 5, 43-38. Stevie, a nice little flurry by the Maroons to force Norwalk to call a timeout.
Yeah, I think it's really started at the defensive end, gotten a couple steals, gotten out in transition, and they're not settling for outside shots. They're getting to the hoop and gotten some easy layups as here again, another defensive play by Ryan Kleppe.
Absolutely, right in front of us.
Forces a Norwalk turnover.
And that's anticipating the pass being off the ball. So he's kind of like back as a safety, and he's seeing the court, and he anticipated that pass, and a steal by Dowling. And the Maroons now will inbound the ball. So it's Joey Coppola, Ryan Kleppe, Joe Broderick, Maddox Coppola, and Riddick Metten. Here's Maddox Coppola, double team right block, trying to dribble out of it, gets it to his brother Joey, dribbles baseline. And the ball slapped into the hands of Metten, left baseline, three-point line extend. Riddick goes to the hole, draws the foul, and what are they going to do? They're going to count the basket. Yep, Riddick Metten, and he's being aggressive tonight.
I think that's 8 points already in the second half for him.
Yes, it is.
And a chance for 9. So, he's starting to find a rhythm here in this third quarter.
And again, Riddick held scoreless in the first half. Makes the free throw. So Metten now with 9 points. And it's 46-38. Dowling by 8, their largest lead of the night over Norwalk. Mark Amadale alongside Stevie Sarcone. Here's Harder for 3, top of the key. It's no good. Rebound, Maddox Coppola. Maddox dribble in the front court, leaves it for Metten. Layup good. And I talk about attacking the glass, which we talked about in the pregame.
Yeah, another quick timeout by Norwalk.
Riddick got the message. Dowling by 10. We'll keep it here.
Yeah, the Maroons are doing a really good job. They're getting out in transition, and they're getting easy buckets to the rim. And, that's 11 points now for Riddick Metten in this third quarter alone. So, when he gets going along with other guys, and Kleppe's doing a really good job defensively, forcing some turnovers, and it's leading to easy points for the Maroons.
Certainly is. Give me a second to get the mouth going here with the throat lozenges. Hey, time now for our Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight. Congratulations to February's recipient. That's Emma Hazel. You may know her from the Dowling girls basketball team, Stevie. Dowling class of 2024 for being a recognized witness to the very best of faith, academics, and student activities. You can hear Emma's interview with John Leonetti and Deacon Mark Campbell on the Catholic Morning Show by visiting Iowa Catholic Radio's podcast page on Friday, February 2nd at iowacatholicradio.com. Our thanks to the sponsor of the Dowling Catholic High School Activity Spotlight, Bright Side Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology and Clive, offering a wide range of aesthetic and wellness services and providing customized care to have you looking your best. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Congratulations to Emma Hazel and, of course, her parents, Mike and Sarah, both work in the Catholic schools and members of St. Francis Parish in West Des Moines. All right, Stevie, Dowling back on defense. Norwalk now has the ball stolen away. Here's Dowling with it. Metten leading the charge to Kleppe for 3. It's off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, Dowling. Good hustle again on defense by Dowling. Now Coppola nearly loses it. A timeout, Dowling. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Coppola lost the ball. I think he wanted to pass, or was in between dribble and pass.
Looked like he might have slipped on the floor.
That could be.
But he's able to keep possession. Maroons take a quick timeout. Get things organized here. They built a 10-point lead in this third quarter, biggest lead of the game. Started at third quarter, leads were just going back and forth, but the Maroons have really done a really good job to extend this lead here.
They certainly have, and for Norwalk, as we knew, it was going to be Riddick Bourne. He's got 20 points here in the first half, or in the contest. Grady Sechrist, who's on the bench with 3 fouls, has 10 points, and then Aiden Harder had 3 points at halftime, has 5. He's their second leading scorer. The Maroons have really neutralized him. Dowling. 3 players in double figures. Joey Coppola with 14 points, Ryan Kleppe with 12, and Riddick Metten with 11. So the Maroons have kind of balanced their scoring out, spread it out. And they've gotten help from their bench. Now I'm thinking the bench, Nick Frerich's back in. So it'll be Frerichs, Metten, Joey Coppola, Ryan Kleppe, and Joe Broderick, this 5 out here. And we've seen Nick Frerichs run the point the last week or so for Dowling with, especially in the fourth quarter, we've seen him do that. All right, here's Coppola with it. Joey's pass to Broderick on the left block. Joe backs in. He has the ball stolen away by Harder.
Good help there by Norwalk to force a turnover.
Harder with the steal, gets it out to Bourne. Back to Harder. Now corner three by Corselman. It's no good. Rebound Joe Broderick and Dowling.
Great close out there by Riddick Medden. Forced a tough shot.
Now Broderick gets the ball underneath for Coppola. Layup is good. The basket will count. A foul on Norwalk. Wow. Is that a no-look pass by Joey Coppola to Broderick?
I think so. Great screen. Great roll by Joe off that screen. Great peripheral there by Joey to find him. Good finish by Joe and a chance for a three-point play to extend this lead.
Broderick at the line. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, the Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Work. Broderick's free throw is good. And he has 6 of his 8 points here in the third quarter. So about that. Madden with 11 and Broderick with 8 points here in the third quarter alone. And now Norwalk in the offensive end. They draw a foul on Dowling. This will be on Frericks. So Nick Frericks will have his second foul. Team fouls. Got to look through the scoreboard here. These beautiful scoreboards. The only problem is the basket turned away.
Maroons made a few changes here. Dante Cataldo entered the game along with Jack Jepson. So bench guys getting an opportunity here to play some minutes in this third quarter. See if we can keep this lead.
2 team fouls on Dowling here in the third quarter. 5 on Norwalk, or rather 4 on Norwalk. So any Norwalk foul, Dowling to the line. 45 seconds remaining third quarter. Dowling up 51-38. Now here's Frericks underneath. His shot up and good off the glass, and he kind of had a hiccup in that shot.
Great body control. It looked like he was almost going to fall over there. Able to keep his balance. Great shot fake. Good layup. And 15-point lead now for the Maroons heading into this end of this third quarter.
Dowling, as you mentioned, by 15. 53-38 Maroons. And shot clock at 15, game clock at 17. So about a 2-second differential. Corner three by the Warriors, no good. And boy, they've gotten cold all of a sudden. That corner three was by Mason Johnson. Dowling with the rebound. The Maroons will hold for one shot with 5 seconds to go. Here's Joey Coppola. Right elbow. Leaves it for Frericks for three. It's no good. And we've come to the end of the third quarter here at the Norwalk Gym with the score. Dowling Catholic 53, Norwalk 38. Alongside Stevie Sarcone, I'm Mark Amadale. We'll return with the fourth quarter in this Class 4A boys non-conference basketball game from the Norwalk Gym on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen
Support for
makes
programming
the
comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at the Norwalk Gym. Mark Amadale alongside Stevie Sarcone. Dowling with a 15-point lead, 53-38 over Norwalk. We start the fourth quarter. Dowling in possession. The Maroons, Stevie, outscoring Norwalk 29-11 in that third quarter. Wow.
Yeah, I think it really started at the defensive end, forced some early turnovers in that third quarter, which led to some easy buckets in transition. And you had guys like Riddick Medden who had 11 points. I believe he had 11 points in that third quarter alone get going. So really good job sharing the basketball and getting out and running.
Here's Corselman for Norwalk for three. It's no good. Offensive rebound put back by Cameron Thomas. That's his 6th point of the night. 53-40. The Dowling lead cut to 13. Maroons on the offensive end. Dowling going with Nick Frericks, Joey Coppola, along with Dante Cataldo, Joe Broderick, and Ryan Kleppe, the 5 on the floor for the Maroons, who had the ball right to left in front of us. in this brand new gym here in Norwalk. First year they've used it. Here's Frerich's right side on the right block. It's triple team, and now stolen away. Stolen away by Harder. And now here's Bourne for three. It's no good. And the rebound, Frerich's. 6:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Dowling by 13 on the basketball. Here's Cataldo for three. It's no good. Ball slapped around into the hands of Cataldo. His putback is no good. Rebound Broderick. And you see the Maroons pull it out and got a brand new shot clock, Stevie.
Good effort there to get an extra possession.
Get you some first quarter numbers here, or third quarter numbers here. Here's Kleppe off balance. His shot is up, and it sticks
in wedgie.
The rim and backboard for the ultimate wedgie, yes. All right, some statistics to get our listeners caught up. Dowling at the free throw line is 4 out of 5. Norwalk is 4 out of 6 at the line through three quarters. Maroons have three players in double figures, led by Joey Capolas, 14 points. Brian Kleppe, 12. Riddick Metten, 11, and 8 points for Joe Broderick. Norwalk led by Riddick Bourne with 20 points. Grady Sechrist with 10. Let's see if they got Sechrist back in there. And he is. Now Harder for three. It's good right in front of us. Hayden Harder. Warriors won't go away. That's 8 points for Harder.
Quick 5-0 run to start this fourth quarter by the Warriors. It's cut this lead down to 10.
Now a long three up and no good by Joey Capola. And a loose ball foul called on Norwalk. And they're going to get Cam Thomas with the foul. That's his first.
Great effort there by Joe Broderick to draw that foul, crashing the offensive glass. You know, he's a beast on there, man.
As Thomas' second foul, first team foul of the fourth quarter on Norwalk. Dowling with the ball. Metten, Riddick in the lane, loses the ball out of bounds with a foul called on Norwalk, and this might be a shooting foul, and it will be. The foul will be on Korselman. I got him for 4. And so do they. With 5:30 left to go, fourth quarter, Dowling by 10, 53-43, but Metten for 2 free throws. Riddick's first free throw, good. It wanted to spit out, but it didn't.
I guess when you're on fire like he has been in the third quarter, heading into the fourth quarter, you know, everything's going in.
Second free throw up, good. Riddick Metten with 13 points. He had 11 first half he did not score. He had 11 points in the third quarter. Now they nearly steal by Metten, but they foul Bourne, and Riddick will pick up his first foul.
Tough foul there for Riddick. You know, I thought he might have had to steal first before the foul, but I guess they saw it differently. But I like the energy and the effort the Maroons are playing defensively here in the second half.
Sechrist inbounds the ball. Now they get it to Bourne for 3. Top of the key, in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound, Dowling. Joey Capola, lead pass to Metten, and it's stolen away by Norwalk. Here's Harder underneath. Feeds Thomas, his shot up and good, and the foul on Metten. Norwalk making a little run here. And they'll count the basket officially. Riddick picks up his second foul. And free throw, and one here for the Warriors. So Thomas now with 8 points. He had 4 at halftime, but he's got 4 points here in the fourth quarter. The free throw no good. Thomas with the rebound. Maroons getting out hustled here with 5 minutes to play, leading by 10. Here's Sechrist with it. On the baseline, Thomas is shot up and blocked, but a foul on Dowling. They'll get Frerichs with the foul. Oh, check that. Metten with his third. All in the last minute.
Just as it seemed, you know, that looked like the Maroons were going to pull away from in this game, but Norwalk with a chance to cut it to single digits here.
Thomas's first free throw, no good. Thomas, a 58% free throw shooter. Dante Cataldo in, and Ryan Kleppe will check out for Dowling. Just taking a look at Norwalk's games this year. They lost to Ankeny Monday night as the second free throw, no good. And we've got Dowling in the lane too soon. They'll get another free throw here as the free throw was no good. lane violation on the Maroons. So Thomas will have another free throw, but they lost at Ankeny 66-64 after being down in the third quarter as the second free throw is good now.
The Maroons lost 2 close games to Ankeny this year, one at home, one on the road. Lost a lot of close games this year. I think I counted 5 games decided by 5 or less points.
There's Cataldo with it, and he draws the other one, going for the travel. So Cataldo head fake and travel on the baseline. Turnover over to Norwalk, 55-46. Dowling's lead is 9. 9 points for Cam Thomas after that made free throw on that last possession. And we've got a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Amadeo. And 4.5 minutes left to play. Fourth quarter, Dowling 55, Norwalk 46. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Fast Signs, Blessman International, along with Bose and the Florist and Ashworth Vision Clinic. Did you get your fiance some flowers yesterday?
I did.
By the way, congratulations.
Thank you.
This fall is
this fall, yep, this
wedding.
November.
Yeah, now I got to ask this: during football season or during basketball season?
It's at the end of football season. Basketball would just kind of get in the swing, so it's about right in the middle.
You're marrying a fine young lady from Mason City, and played at Grandview with you. Remember calling her games? Now basketball. And a tremendous family, so you and Miss Rachel will do well, and congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So, my gosh, you're getting married in the fall, an uncle, 2 days being an uncle. How do you feel being an uncle for the first time?
It's cool. It's definitely a new experience. I'm excited to, meet my nephew here at some point in the future, but very happy for my sister and her husband. So.
James Raymond Wingbermuley. Now Norwalk out of the timeout, shoots and scores.
10-2 run here for the Warriors to start this fourth quarter. Has cut this lead down to 7.
They certainly do, and that was Harder on the basket. He's got 13 points. Dowling with the ball in the front court.
The Maroons just seem a little out of sync offensively. Yeah, I think the Warriors have picked up their defensive intensity, making things tough.
Here's Metten on the baseline. They clear it out for him.
Big bucket there for Metten.
And he shoots and scores. That's 15 points for Riddick. And he's been a bucket full of baskets. There's Bourne with it, 57-48. Dowling's lead now back to 9. The Maroons have led by as many as 15. Norwalk's led by as many as 8. Three-pointer by Seacrest, top of the key is no good. Rebound Dowling. Maroons might want to take some time off the clock. 3:30 remaining, fourth quarter, and now 20 on the shot clock. Maddox Coppola, along with Joey Coppola, Ryan Kleppe, Riddick Metten, and Joe Broderick, the 5 and the 4 for Dowling at this juncture. Here's Metten, left wing, double team. Kicks it out to Maddox Coppola. 3 on the shot clock. Joey for 3, up and short. And the rebound, Thomas and Norwalk. Maroons did wind the clock.
Got a good look. Joey had a great look there. Just came up a little short.
Here's Riddick Bourne with it. Over to Harder, coming off the ball screen. Harder backs in against Kleppe. Free throw line shot, no good. Rebound, Broderick right over Thomas on the rebound. Good job by Joe.
Great contest there. Forced a tough fadeaway shot. And now the Maroons can work a little clock, bleed this clock a little bit, see if we can get a bucket here to extend this lead.
Dowling with 3 team fouls. Norwalk with 2 team fouls. 2:25 to go in the fourth quarter. Only the second time these two teams have faced each other. Last year was at Dowling, and Norwalk won that one 46-34 in a low-scoring game. Here's Coppola with it. That's Maddox, not a Metten. His shot up and good. Boy, they know who to find.
Great cut, great find, great finish by Metten.
Riddick with 17 points, Dowling by 11, 59-48. Here's Thomas in the paint. Can't get a shot off. Gets it to Seacrest. Pull-up jumper over Metten. No good. Rebound, Broderick. One and done is Norwalk. And we're under 2 minutes to play. Wow. Dowling walks the ball across the timeline. Trying to run the shot clock down. 20 on the shot clock. Let's see if Coach Einertson has his closers out there. Now, Metten with a pass on the baseline. Stolen away by Bourne. He goes coast to coast. Layup off the glass. Good. And that's his first. It's only his second field goal of the second half for Riddick Bourne, so they've identified him. But we got a basket there, and that's 22.
Done a really good job in the second half defensively on him. No, it's only his 6th point in the second half. So.
Timeout on the floor. We'll keep it here with a minute 24 remaining. 59-50, Dowling by 9. Up next, the Maroons, they play Des Moines East on Monday night. First round of the boys' state sub-state. Norwalk will host Lincoln right here Monday night at the Norwalk gym. And the winner of that game will play at Council Bluffs Jefferson. And the Dowling winner will play at Waukee Northwest. So the Maroons would potentially face Waukee Northwest for the second time. Or third time. Split during the regular season.
Split home and away with them this season.
You had a very exciting game with Waukee Northwest at their place a couple weeks ago.
Our sophomores were in overtime.
Yeah.
Won in overtime by 2. So that was a really fun game to be a part. Great atmosphere there.
Yeah, it certainly was. We got to get another cough drop down for the closeout here. Colds in the middle of winter.
No, I would expect coming out of this timeout, Norwalk to show a little pressure, full court pressure. So it's really important for the Maroons to take care of the basketball. Get the ball across the court, play the foul game. Go to the free throw line, knock down free throws.
Full court pressure by Norwalk. Dowling breaks it. Here's Capola in the front court to Kleppe. Minute 20 remaining. Dowling by 9. Here's Maddox, Capola, same 5 on the floor. For the Maroons, both Capola brothers, Kleppe, Broderick, and Metten. 15 on the shot clock. Now they hand it off to Joey Capola with a minute remaining. Dowling by 9 and 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Joey Capola going against Bourne. Over to Metten for 3. It's good! Riddick, Metten, what a night. 20 points for Riddick.
Big shot there as the shot clock's winding down, and that might be the one that may put this game away for good.
Now Bourne down the lane, he draws the foul. That'll be on Maddox Capola. That'll be his 3rd foul. So Riddick Bourne, who has 22 points tonight unofficially, will have 2 shots here. Bourne comes in averaging 22.5 points, 5 rebounds, leads the team in both categories. 86% free throw shooter. Stevie, he's been to the line 100 and over 140 times this year. That's amazing. First free throw, no good. Second one, good.
I believe he's missed 3 tonight, so it's a little uncharacteristic.
He has. 23 points for Bourne. 40 seconds remaining. Dowling by 11. Maroons break the press. Here's Joey Capola. Gets it to his brother Maddox. 30 seconds remaining. 20 on the shot clock and a foul at half court on either Harder or Bourne. They'll be on Harder. That'll be his 3rd. We'll have the postgame show on Iowa Catholic Radio. Head coach Justin Einerson will join us on the postgame show. Again, the final regular season boys games tonight for Dowling and Norwalk before tournaments start. And a timeout called by Dowling with 26 seconds remaining in the contest, and they haven't figured out what they want. If it's a minute, we'll give it to them. Nope, 30 seconds.
So Norwalk's still not, they only got 3 team fouls in this quarter, so they still got a couple here to give before the Maroons are shooting free throws.
We'll take a 1-minute break. Dowling 62, Norwalk 51, 26 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Back in 1 minute on Iowa Catholic Radio.
This is a Young Catholic Minute.
How can I speak up without shutting people down?
Boy, this one is pretty easy to answer, but really hard to do. The easy part of the answer is that every human being is made to love truth. And so when you share it lovingly, calling them on to something greater that will give them happiness and freedom, that is, as the Bible says, good news of great joy. Unfortunately, we humans have a terrible tendency to do the right things for all the wrong reasons. So if we're sharing the truth just because we know we're right, or we want to win an argument, or want to chalk one up on the old soul-saving tally, we're not really trying to give the gift of Christ's love, so we're using the truth to lie, and that won't inspire anyone. On the other hand, remember that Jesus lived and spoke the truth perfectly, and some people still didn't believe. So if that happens to you, offer your sufferings to Christ and pray for the grace to get up again. For more Young Catholic Minutes, go to youngcatholicminute.com.
And welcome back to the Norwalk Gym. Action on the floor. We got had a foul in the backcourt, couple fouls, and now a turnover against Dowling here, Stevie, if I'm not mistaken. So a long three, good by Bourne. Or Harder, rather, with the three. He's got 16, and that'll do it. 62-54 is the final. Dowling now is even in series with Norwalk, getting the win on the road. So both teams winning each other's own gyms. And last year, Norwalk winning at Dowling. Tonight, Dowling defeating Norwalk 62-54. The Maroons now even their record at 11-11 going into the postseason. Norwalk falls with 16-5. And congratulations to head coach Justin Einerson on the win. And what a comeback. Maroons were down 6 at the end of the first quarter, down 3 at halftime. They were up 15 at the end of the third quarter and win it by 8 here, Stevie Sarcone. What a night, what a game for them.
Yeah, I think in that third quarter, it really started at the defensive end. They forced some early turnovers, got out in transition, got some easy buckets. Got some guys going, got Riddick Metten going. He had 0 points in the first half. I think he had 20 in the second half. So started knocking down some outside shots, got some easy layups, and they were able to build that 15-point lead going into the fourth quarter. And Norwalk made a good comeback there in that fourth quarter, but the Maroons were able to hold them off.
Well, they certainly were. And for Dowling, how about not scoring at halftime? You ever done this? Not score at halftime, and then you have 20 points in the second half. Riddick Metten has done that tonight for Dowling to lead the way.
It's pretty impressive.
He had quite the night, and Maroons had quite the complimentary scoring to offset that, as 3 players ended up in double figures for the Maroons, led by Riddick Metten's 20 points. Joey Coppola with 14 points, Maddox Coppola with 12, and Joe Broderick with 8. That's a pretty good balance of 4 core starters there. Warriors had Reddick Bourne with 23 points and Aiden Harder with 13. We'll take a 2-minute break, come back here to the Norwalk Gym. Following Dowling's win over Norwalk, 62-54. Alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Amadale will return to the postgame show in 2 minutes on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And welcome back to the postgame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio, following Dowling's win over Norwalk 62-54 here at the brand new Norwalk gym. Mark Amadale joined tonight by Stevie Sarcone. Again, Stevie, thank you for sitting in tonight for Mr. Cataldo. Lord knows what he was doing tonight in Central Iowa, but I know his family was here. But Jimmy had, I know he had business, but going on. But what a way to end the regular season for Dowling, getting a win over a Norwalk team that comes in with a record of 16-4. They've been in a lot of games. They've lost a lot of close games. Their close games have been tight. And a 2-point loss to Ankeny on Monday, and then tonight Dowling a winner by 8 over the Warriors. So a very formidable team. They were in the top 10 at one time in the Class 4A. And for the Maroons to come on the road and get a win after losing last year at their home gym, this is a nice little series they have between the two teams.
Yeah, and great gym here. It's my first time being here at this new gym. I'm not sure how many years this has been here. It's first.
They just built it. It was being under construction last year.
Yeah.
How's the locker room? You were in the locker room.
It's really nice.
That's
really
what
nice.
I thought so.
But no, a big second half for the Maroons. Trailing by 3 at the end of the first half. And then you're up 15 in the third quarter. So a big third quarter. Got some guys going that weren't given much in the first half. Riddick Metten, for example, 0 points in that first half, 20 points in the second half. So good win. This kind of win, going on a win streak heading into the postseason can give a team a lot of confidence headed into postseason play.
Well, you look at the scoring in tonight's game, and Norwalk had 4 players in the scoring column. That was it. And their leading scorer was Riddick Borney. He led all players with 23 points tonight. Dowling had 7 players score, including their starters and their bench, and that's a great sign for the Maroons entering the postseason. And now you start the important game is your first game at Sub-State. You play all these games, 21, 22 games regular season, to play your first postseason game and get everything set. And I think the Maroons are looking to peak at the right time. They're in a very favorable bracket. They open up with Des Moines East Monday night. We'll have the Dowling boys Sub-State game Monday night at 6:45. We'll go on the air 7 o'clock. The winner of that game travels to Waukee Northwest, a team that Dowling split with. Other side of the bracket is Cedar Falls, the higher seed of all, and the Maroons are the 3 seed. Northwest is the 2 seed, and Cedar Falls the 1 seed. So a very favorable bracket, and what a way to build into that bracket, Steve.
Yeah, and it's all about playing your best basketball at the right time. So, starting to peak at the right time, 3-game win streak heading into the postseason.
Yeah, no question about it. Let's run down the scoring tonight officially as the head coach Justin Einertson will join us here in the postgame show for Dowling Catholic. As we mentioned, they had 7 players in the scoring column, led by Riddick Metten's 20 points, all in the second half. He was followed by Joey Coppola with 14 points, 12 points for Ryan Kleppe, 8 points for Joe Broderick. And then rounding out scoring for Dowling, Maddox Coppola with 4 points, Nick Frericks and Dante Cataldo with 2 points each. Dowling was 6 of 7 at the free throw line tonight. For Norwalk, they had 4 players in the scoring column tonight, led by Riddick Bourne, the first-team All-Stater, with 23 points for the senior. And he was followed by Aiden Harder's 13 points, 9 points for Cameron Thomas, 7 points for Grady Sechrist. And then Tim Korselman did not score, another starter. And off the bench, Mason Johnson did not score for the Warriors as they went 6 of 11 at the free throw line tonight, as the Maroons again trailed at halftime 27-24, but a 29-point explosion in the third quarter as the Maroons outscored Norwalk 29-11. Kind of put this game away. The fourth quarter was back and forth, but so we talked to the head man himself. No, now he's sneezing, and I've got the cold.
I'm blaming you.
And Stevie.
I got a surprise for you.
I hope you got your shots.
We got Riddick. He's going to help us out today on the mic.
Good job. We got a mic for him? Well, no, we don't. No, we don't.
That's all right.
We'll get him in here in a moment.
Okay.
He can watch your kids. He does a pretty good job babysitting.
He spent some time with them in the fall. So
Coach Einertson, first of all, welcome and congratulations on the win, a road win against a very tough team at home.
Yeah.
And kids played well. I know the first half you probably want back a little bit, but whatever adjustments you made at halftime, they worked.
Don't shoot so many threes. That was pretty much it. It was we got to get better at attacking and taking advantage of some of our size and strength. And I thought once we got to that point, we were very, very tough. That third quarter was just unreal. I didn't realize we scored that many points.
29-11, yeah.
But, a lot of that came off of incredible contests that kind of sent us free in transition. And it's been a while since we've had any luck in transition. And it was nice to see that all come together for us tonight.
We kind of talked about this, and I'll let Stevie have the next question. But, settling for threes versus attacking the rim. And you figured that out in the second half. Really,
we just did. We shoot very average from three at every position, which means we're dangerous, but it shouldn't be something you rely on. And we get stuck on relying on it. And, people ask me all the time, well, do you mean to shoot that many threes? No. The best team I've ever had in this system probably shot about 20 a game, and we shoot about 25. So that 5 makes a big difference, because what do you do in the other 5? You're probably attacking the rim and attacking all that space that you're creating. So it's coming. It's, February 15th, and game 82, it feels like 22 in real life. But we are getting better. So, and after that Urbandale game, it's been a pretty impressive week for us.
Coach, in that second half, Reddick Bourne had 16 points going in the halftime, held him to 7 points in that second half. What were you able to do, defensively to slow him down? A good player like that can be tough.
Yeah, actually, we whiffed big time on the game plan, and he came out and got hot and torched us. We thought if we face guarded him, we didn't think they had seen a lot of that, and we were dead wrong, because they had their entire offensive system was based on what to do if Reddick was being face guarded. They're throwing him backdoor. They're isolating him on a side where we don't have any help. And it was very NBA-like, so I was impressed. But it probably took us one quarter to realize we can't keep doing this. So we got into more of a normal defensive system with a little bit of leaking over to his side, but it wasn't as drastic. And it made a pretty big difference. Really, it comes down to closeouts. Like, are you actually going to get into his face, get a hand up into his eyes, and make him uncomfortable, or are you going to just let him shoot over you? Because he doesn't miss many.
As you mentioned, what a week this was after, that loss to Urbandale last Friday. What can a week like that do for you as you head into postseason play?
I think it's huge. We were really looking at our schedule thinking, hey, we got a chance to go on about a 6-game win streak going in. And it just did not work the way we wanted. We just could not guard Ames, and they beat us. And then Urbandale came out and shot the lights out. They beat us. So you're just waiting for this team to wake up, and you're starting to wonder if it's going to happen. It's late February. Is this team going to figure it out? And I thought our attention to detail in practice has been very sharp, but we've actually put it into play. We've had a lot of nights where the prep has been good and the games have not been. And I think our guys just realize, hey, it's getting too late for this. We got to actually execute in games. And I think we're playing a group of guys that's understanding their role. And some nights it's different guys, but a lot of guys contributing, and we're just a better group than we were 6 days ago for whatever reason.
We're visiting with head coach Justin Ireton. Sorry for the frog in the throat.
Must be all the excitement.
Yeah. Following Dowling's 62-54 win over Norwalk. Congratulations again, Coach. Your team outscored Norwalk 38-27 in the second half. I know the fourth quarter they outscored you 16-9, but what an effort, holding them to 11 points in the third quarter after trailing by 3 at halftime. And, it comes down to the defense, and they all accounted for themselves. And I like the group you finished with. You put Frericks out there, maybe the other 4 were starters, but you put Frericks out there, and you closed out with that group.
Yeah, Frericks is a very good defender, incredibly good. And what we've noticed is he's also a really good post-up player. So you don't normally think about that with a 5'11" or whatever he is guard. You'd probably get mad if I said 5'11", but that's what it feels like. He is so strong. He's like an old Badger guard.
6 foot is what he's listed.
Yeah,
you gave us that number, though.
So. He's not playing in college, so I don't feel bad about saying that's probably not true. But very strong, got in there, made a big play for us on offense as well. Yeah, Riddick disappeared. He was up here, but he's got the attention span of a gnat, so he's gone. We'll work on that. We'll work on that next week. Yeah, and Dante, too. Like, Dante hasn't been starting, but he's been contributing, and he played a little bit less tonight, but I thought he was a very big part of what we did defensively. And when you can give 3 or 4 different guys spells with those 2 guys, it's pretty nice.
When you rotate your guards, and you mentioned Dante Cataldo and Nick Frericks.
Yep.
I told Stevie, I said, there's 2 guys checking in. One's a quarterback, one's a free safety. But when they're coming in, they mean defensive business, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're just different. You know, you look around all these gyms and you see guys that are, I mean, they look like basketball players. They're long and lanky.
Sure.
And you see Dante and Nick, and they look like they could beat them all up, and they can. And that's kind of how we use them, and that's how they like to play. I mean, it's old school, and it's been really fun for me because I've not had guys like this in my Lincoln career at all. So it's pretty nice to have some guys that are multi-sport athletes, super strong, capable offensively, so they don't hurt you, but just able to do more than the average basketball player defensively.
Coach, I know Riddick left us. He disappeared. But what can you say about that second half for him? You know, he's held scoreless, 0 points in that first half, and 20 points in the second half. So,
wow,
pretty impressive. I think he had 11 in the third quarter alone. So, what was he able to do to get going?
I'm just so proud of him. Very, very good at posting up off the dribble, and I thought he was very selective. Shot fakes, you know, and because he hit a couple of threes, they got to close out on him, going by guys and then finishing from either real simple or real tough angles. This is Riddick at his absolute best. So good time for it. You know, it's a big night for us because we really wanted to be the first team to break that losing season streak. And, you know, they took it real personal, and man, they were locked in. And when Riddick's locked in, he's really good on both ends.
Yeah, we've seen that this year, and hopefully that'll continue. Coach, you got East High on Monday, the first round game, and then the winner travels to Waukee Northwest for a sub-state for a second round game, and then other side of the bracket has Cedar Falls and a few teams. So talk about Monday's game and leading into hopefully a Friday game next week.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I got to miss the Daytona 500 to prep for Monday, so we'll try to get a bye next year, so that doesn't happen.
Left turn, Clyde.
Yeah, I feel like I might be the only one on our team that cares about that, but I really don't. We're excited.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're big racing state up there. I feel pretty good about our bracket. I think our guys were really excited when it came out. You know, it's nice when the team that you'd play in the second round you already beat once, so that's nice. And the other thing that's nice is it's really hard for teams to blow you out twice in a row, we've noticed with this generation. So I mean, whether we're on the good side or bad side, it's just been really hard to do. So like our chances, you know, I feel comfortable with us offensively right now. We're going to put in a couple of tweaks as well. But it's good. I mean, we'll get out there, we'll be able to play against East and get comfortable. And obviously if you lose, you're out, but I feel pretty good about us winning that game. And then the prep starts for Northwest as soon as that one's over. And it's nice to have 3 days to do it.
It certainly is, and we'll be with you Monday night as the postseason begins. Final regular season game. You close out the regular season 11-11 with that record and that conference that you played in. You flip conferences. Lincoln last year out of the Alliance South.
It's a little different.
Now you're on the CIML, the 9-team grinder conference, so a little bit different than last year, Coach.
Yeah, I don't know who made this schedule, but I keep giving Jared crap because not only do we have the 16 CIML games, we played 4 conference champions in non-conference. So, I mean, that is a good way to keep your head coach nice and comfortable and sleeping well.
Yeah. Coach, how about the job this guy did? My partner tonight, who's had to go to the bullpen. I figured I'd get a basketball coach up here, not a football guy in Cataldo. But Stevie Sarcone, Chad Dreckman, 17-4. He led the Dowling sophomores, and even O'Hare had a nice group. 15-6. Kevin told me that freshmen finished, so that's all coming through.
Yeah, that's really exciting. I think Stevie did a great job with this group, and Dreckman as well. That is a very talented group offensively. So if we can get them in the weight room, get them in agility, which it's going to be a shocker for some of them this spring, get them better side to side and defensively, I think it can be a very special group for us. The freshmen are really what's fun because nobody really expected anything from them. And I think Kevin O'Hare owes me a Range Rover because he told me that they probably wouldn't finish above 500 and they're 15-6, which says plenty about Kevin as well. I mean, he's obviously great at what he does. But yeah, it's an exciting couple of classes coming. How about John Nagel and his 12-0 junior group? So we had an entire team, about 10 guys of juniors that weren't playing on varsity, including Lucas Paoli from night to night every now and then, and Quincy Moore. And they finished 12-0 in their slate, and they had a couple of tough ones as well. So really exciting with the group that we have coming through, and I cannot tell you how relieved I am that the senior group accomplished something this year. And 11-11 means something, and now we got a chance to go, chase down the state dream as well. But they deserved it. They put the work in from the very minute I showed up in that gym on June 1st. So I'm very happy for them, and I will remember this group very fondly.
Coach, you mentioned it before. You know, I know it gets frustrating at times with losses. Even some wins get frustrating, but you stuck with them. You put it right back on them, the accountability, and here they are. They're peaking at the right time. They're a 500 team and probably the top league in the state, hands down. And they've had the tough competition. Now they've got to go and do it. Now it's on them. But you hung with them. I know it wasn't easy, but you hung right with these kids and you believed in them.
I haven't done anything good without screwing it up first, so I think our team is just like their head coach.
Stevie Sarcone, any final comments before we let him go?
I don't think so.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
What a year. 17-4, that's tough to do in this league. You had two of the kids up. Maddox Coppola ended up being a reserve.
Tried to make it harder for him.
And a starter, and you were probably keeping some other. Hey, I need him for a couple quarters. Coach Einerson, I need this kid for a couple quarters. And he said, we might use him tonight. And, I know how that game's played. So good for you, Stevie. Great job.
You. Appreciate it.
All right. Coach, thank you. I know you got kids here tonight. It's unusual. Thursday night?
Yeah. Well, I don't have to work tomorrow, so I think this means I'm taking them later to their babysitter, so they get to stay up late.
That's it. I wondered about that. I saw kids are here Thursday night, but you have a parent-teacher conference at Dowling going on.
Yeah, not me.
Not you. Not tonight.
So if you're listening, you can email me, and I'm happy to talk to you about your son or daughter.
We've had quite a few listeners because some people are in Iowa City tonight. A lot of the Dowling contention, teachers, players, girls teams, all there, and fans and Dowling alumni all in Iowa City, to wish Caitlin well, and she did break the record, folks.
Yeah, right away.
Very quick. Yeah. I mean, the Dowling fans in front of us were telling us that. It's like, what, already? Logo 3 did it.
That's awesome.
If you had that, you're a winner.
That's been a fun thing to be a part of as well.
Absolutely. Justin Einerson, thank you. We'll talk to you Monday night. Get a good workout this weekend. Enjoy tomorrow off. We'll talk to you Monday when the postseason starts.
Sounds great to me.
All right, we'll take our final break of the night. Mark Amadale alongside Stevie Sarcone. Justin Einerson's been our guest, and we'll return after this 1-minute break. Final thoughts from the Norwalk Gym. The final score: Dowling Catholic 62, Norwalk 54. The Maroons conclude the regular season with a record of 11-11, and Norwalk falls to 16-5, and they start the postseason next week also. Norwalk will host Des Moines Lincoln on Monday night, while Dowling hosts Des Moines East Monday night. We'll take another break and be back after these messages on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Faith Check with Greg Yule on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Welcome to this Faith Check. As Catholics, we believe that the Holy Bible is God's inspired word. However, we don't hold that our Lord intended the Bible alone to be our sole teacher in the Christian faith. Just think how easily the meaning of an email can be misinterpreted and sometimes cause great strife between people. And take the Bible, which is infinitely longer, more complex, and written millennia ago in a world different from our own, and we begin to see why Jesus would not have entrusted his teaching to a book. The Church looks to what it calls sacred tradition, rooted in things like church councils, creeds, the early fathers of the Church, to safeguard our interpretation of God's Word. All of the Catholic Church's beliefs can be traced back to the earliest Christians. Christ entrusted his teaching to the 12 apostles, whom he gave authority to teach all nations in the assistance of the Holy Spirit. The apostles then ordained bishops who have succeeded them down to this present day. The Catholic Church is a living voice that rings out for all to hear, proclaiming and interpreting God's Word to every generation. This is Greg Yule for Faith Check.
And welcome back to the Norwalk Gym alongside Stevie Sarcone, Mark Amadale. Our final score tonight, and as we conclude the regular season in boys basketball, it's Dowling Catholic defeating Norwalk 62-54. The Maroons are led by Riddick Mettens 20 points, Joey Coppola with 14, Brian Kleppe with 12, and Joe Broderick with 8 points to lead the Maroons. And Stevie, I appreciate you taking time to sitting in tonight, not only after getting your win over Norwalk, 59-42 in the sophomore game, you and Coach Streckman closing out the 17-4 season, and you got to put that coaching hat away and get some time off. I know you get ready for football because you're into football clinics and all that. And, of course, you got your business, too, that Dairy Queen franchise on the south side. But thanks for sitting in. I hope it didn't cause you too much grief on your phone, because I got a little bit on mine, but I'm sure your phone blew up with some of your listeners that you know.
No, they're just telling me a good job. So, but good. I appreciate you having me on here. It was fun. Got to do this last year with you, so glad I got to do it again for one game this year.
I appreciate you doing that. Yeah, a little laryngitis, but I withstood it. It's coming back, and I already feel it coming back. You may be able to tell the difference. But, again, congratulations to your sister and her husband, your brother-in-law, proud parents of a baby boy down in St. Louis, Nick and Chrissy, and James Ramey. I don't know if he's going to be called JR or not. I don't want to get Chrissy mad at me. I did both your sisters' games here at Dowling and in college, and I don't want to get her mad, but congratulations. You got a little baby nephew. Hope you get a chance to see him. And congratulations to your mom and dad, Steve and Stephanie, first-time grandparents. So that's a big time.
It's awesome. I've gotten to see some pictures, so on FaceTime with them. It's exciting. I know my parents are excited, and my sister's excited too. So hopefully we get to meet them soon.
Yep, and everybody's doing well. That's the most important.
Everybody's great.
All right. Well, thanks for being along tonight, and get some rest. And I know you'll be part of the Dowling coaching staff going forward to the postseason, but hats off to you and Chad Dreckman, the sophomore coaches. I don't want to leave Coach O'Hare and Coach Hetherington out of these freshmen. They finished with a record of 15-6 to win tonight, so
they did a great job.
They did. They pushed those kids, and that's great. So, all right. Well, Stevie, thank you. Yep, I'm going to close out here, and we'll talk to you down the line.
Thank you.
All right. Stevie Sarcone, my broadcast partner, and that'll wrap things up from the Dowling Gym tonight. Again, our next broadcast will be Saturday night, as the Dowling girls will open up postseason play in the Class 5A regional play. They will take on Des Moines Lincoln. We will be on the air Saturday night at 6:45. Tip off at 7 o'clock. Join me and Scott Babinet for the call here on Iowa Catholic Radio. And our thanks to all the folks here at Norwalk, head coach Aaron Peltzer, athletic director Josh Toby, and all the fine staff here at Norwalk for getting us set up here in this brand new, beautiful gym. Congratulations to them. And our thanks to Justin Einertson from Dowling Catholic, who joined us on the post-game show. And, of course, all the folks behind the scenes at Dowling, Tom Wilson, athletic director, Colleen Webb, and Jaron Herrig out of the athletic office. And for my broadcast partner, Stevie Sarcone, this is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long from the Norwalk Gym. Our thanks to Brady Grimm and Mary back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios for producing tonight's game. And once again, the final score for the final time, Dowling Catholic defeats Norwalk 62-54 in boys regular season basketball. The end of the regular season, Dowling's record now 11-11. And again, they'll be in action on Monday night. We'll have it on Iowa Catholic Radio, 6:45 from the Dowling Gym as the Maroons take on Des Moines East in the first round of the boys sub-state. For Norwalk, they close out the regular season with a record of 16-5. And for the Warriors, they will be home here at Norwalk on Monday night against Des Moines Lincoln. For everybody involved, this is Mark Amadale thanking you for tuning in tonight on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. And from all of us with the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, have a safe and blessed faith-filled evening.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Klein Electric, Blessman International, Fast Signs, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The preceding has been a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.
In cutting stones for setting, and in carving wood for work in every craft. And behold, I've appointed with him Oholiab, the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. And I have given to all able men ability, that they may make all that I have commanded you, the tent of meeting, and the ark of the covenant, and the mercy seat,